You want to be the guy who's good without even trying. Think how great you could be if you did try. And it hit me like a fucking spear in the chest. And I was like, oh my God, A, he's right, B, I'm a piece of shit. Like permission to start to work and develop a work ethic. And so to this day, I still procrastinate. I still find myself like not wanting to do the work, but I always think back to that of going, it's not cool to be good without trying. I used to think so. I used to think the worst thing you could be called was a tryhard. That's what kids used to say at high school. It's like, you're a tryhard. Look at you working. Look at you doing homework. Look at you practicing after the game's over. Look at you showing up early to practice. And so that all those negative messages about actually trying hard seeped into me. But to this day, I go back to that piece of advice. I'm like, okay, if I want to be good at something, there's no shame in really putting the work in. In fact, that's where all the praise should go, not to natural talent.
What's crazy, Will, about your comment? Marty, you talk about Kobe all the time, or LeBron. Could you ask somebody who's called Kobe for being a tryhard? Oh yeah, you try hard, you're shooting hoops, you're shooting. Like seriously, right, Marty? Like when we reflect upon greatness, it's one thing to hear Will say that, somebody calling him out saying, yeah, what are you, a tryhard? And I'm thinking about that because Johnny, you as a father, me as a father, sometimes we look at our kids, and me as even a kid sometimes going, geez, Keith, if you would have worked for that, you would have got an A. You just showed up and you got a C. And that's what I'm hearing. And I can't, so we talk about doing the boring activities to have success. That's just trying hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and people don't want to admit they work with me because I'm a speaking coach. They think there's something wrong with it. It's funny. Yeah, it's really interesting. People think public speaking is the only thing people expect you to be good at without any training or practice.
But real quick, isn't it like one of the number one most feared things in the general public?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, okay, it's the most feared thing, but I'm going to be really good and I don't have to try. What kind of sense does that make?
I think people think because everybody speaks that everybody can speak. That's like saying just because you can walk, you can play soccer.
Like it's the thing of being an actor, right? Because like I'm just gonna use rhetoric. I can be an actor, but yet Will, who's been trained in acting, no, just because you can stand in front of a camera doesn't mean you're an actor. Here's a second. Will?
It's true, but it is true that any idiot can just stand there and say things, and the camera can film
Marty,
them.
we have an opportunity in our life.
Do you know what I mean? So it's you can't play a trumpet unless you learn how, but you can get up on a stage and speak.